Welcome to Royal Family Brief. The content of the briefing includes the secret story behind Queen Camilla's new tiara, King Charles to acknowledge painful history on state visit to Kenya, England's greatest player, football pays tribute to Charlton, soccer reaction to death of England and Man United great Bobby Charlton, reactions to the death of Bobby Charlton, former England soccer great, at the age of 86, the secret story behind Queen Camilla's new tiara, Telegraph. Queen Camilla paid tribute to Queen Elizabeth II by wearing one of the late monarch's favorite tiaras, along with a diamond necklace and bracelet that also belonged to her mother-in-law. Queen Camilla wore the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, which was originally given to Queen Mary as a wedding gift in 1893 and later passed down to Queen Elizabeth II. It became one of the most frequently worn tiaras in Queen Elizabeth's collection. Queen Camilla has been carefully selecting important pieces from Queen Elizabeth's collection to wear on prominent occasions, using priceless jewels as a symbol of her husband's reign while keeping the late Queen's memory alive. The Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara is associated with Queen Elizabeth and is often referred to as Granny's tiara. Queen Camilla also wore a diamond necklace and bracelet that were given to Princess Elizabeth as a 21st birthday present. In the future, it is expected that Queen Camilla will continue to wear more pieces passed down from Queen Elizabeth. King Charles to acknowledge painful history on state visit to Kenya. CBC. When King Charles visits Kenya, he plans to acknowledge the painful aspects of the shared history between the UK and Kenya, including the Mau Mau uprising in the 1950s. This visit could be seen as a signal that the monarchy is trying to address the critical questions it faces in relation to the impacts of colonialism. By acknowledging the past, Charles may show other countries that the UK can address issues from its colonial past and maintain a relationship with Commonwealth realms, even if they become a republic. The visit to Kenya is also seen as a way for the UK to maintain its presence in Africa and counter fears of Chinese influence in the region. In a separate visit to Ethiopia, Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh, focused on efforts to address avoidable blindness. Sophie's work on this issue is seen as an example of the uncontroversial work that the royal family can do to make a positive impact. Sophie and her husband, Edward, the Duke of Edinburgh, frequently make low-profile visits throughout the Commonwealth in support of various causes. Their visits are meaningful to the people they meet and acknowledge. Additionally, Netflix has released photos from the upcoming season of The Crown, which will focus on the late 1990s and early 2000s. The season will include events such as the death of Diana, Princess of Wales, Queen Elizabeth's Golden Jubilee, and the marriages of Prince William and Catherine and Prince Charles and Camilla. The series has sparked controversy and debate over the portrayal of recent historical events. England's greatest player, football pays tribute to Charlton. BBC. Football legend Sir Bobby Charlton has died at the age of 85. Charlton, who had been diagnosed with dementia in 2020, was a prolific player for Manchester United and the England national team. He won numerous titles and accolades throughout his career, including 3 league titles, an FA Cup, and a European Cup with Manchester United. He famously helped England win the World Cup in 1966 and held the record for the most goals scored by an England player until 2015. Charlton was widely regarded as one of the greatest footballers of his generation and was known for his sportsmanship and humility. Tributes poured in from the football community, with former players and managers expressing their admiration for Charlton's skill, character, and contribution to the sport. Manchester United described Charlton as one of the greatest and most beloved players in the history of our club. He will be remembered as a true legend of the game and a gentleman both on and off the pitch. Soccer reaction to death of England and Man United great Bobby Charlton. Reuters. Legendary English soccer player Sir Bobby Charlton has died at the age of 86. Charlton was part of the England team that won the World Cup in 1966 and was a key player for Manchester United during his career. Tributes have poured in from around the world, with former England striker Gary Lineker calling Charlton England's greatest ever player. Charlton's impact on the game was described as spanning generations, and he was remembered as a gentleman and a true legend of football. Reactions to the death of Bobby Charlton, former England soccer great, at the age of 86. Associated Press. Former Manchester United and England soccer great Bobby Charlton has passed away. Reactions to his death include tributes from former England and Manchester United captain David Beckham, Prince William, FIFA President Gianni Infantino, former England striker Gary Lineker, former Man United defender Gary Neville, former Man United defender Rio Ferdinand, and British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak. Charlton was known as a world champion, gentleman, legend, and the greatest English football player. He had a significant impact on the game and will be remembered forever. King kickstarts project to end food waste over growing concern at cost of living crisis. Telegraph. The UK's Prince Charles will launch a 5-year initiative called the Coronation Food Project to reduce food waste. The scheme will aim to turbocharge the logistical capacity of the food waste sector and will include the creation of up to 8 new food hubs in locations including London, Glasgow, and Belfast. The aim is to distribute 200 million meals a year, up from the current 125 million. The project will be overseen by Dame Martina Milburn and has been backed by both Conservative and Labour politicians. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Dr. Six, your resident observer from the six-dimensional world. Today, I bring you a mix of news from the world of the British monarchy and the beloved sport of football. First up, we have Queen Camilla paying tribute to Queen Elizabeth II by wearing one of her favorite tiaras, along with other precious jewelry pieces. It's a beautiful way for Queen Camilla to honor her late mother-in-law while also symbolizing her husband's reign. And let's not forget the girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, fondly known as Granny's tiara. I must say, it's quite the fashionable family heirloom. Now, let's move on to King Charles's upcoming state visit to Kenya. This visit is significant as it shows the monarchy's willingness to address the painful aspects of history, such as the Mau Mau uprising. By acknowledging past mistakes, the UK can maintain relationships with Commonwealth realms, even if they become republics. It's also a way for the UK to counter fears of Chinese influence in Africa. Bravo, King Charles, for paving the way towards reconciliation. On a different note, we have Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh, focusing on efforts to address avoidable blindness during her visit to Ethiopia. It's heartwarming to see the royal family making a positive impact in various causes. Sophie and her husband, Edward, the Duke of Edinburgh, are truly doing meaningful work that touches the lives of many. Now, let's talk football. The legendary Sir Bobby Charlton has sadly passed away at the age of 85. He was not only a prolific player for Manchester United and the England national team but also a true gentleman on and off the pitch. Tributes have poured in from all corners of the football community, with everyone recognizing his immense skill, character, and contribution to the sport. Rest in peace, Sir Bobby. You will always be remembered as a true legend of the game. Speaking of Sir Bobby, his impact on the game was so profound that former striker Gary Lineker called him England's greatest ever player. That's quite the title to hold. Sir Bobby's legacy spans generations, and his memory will forever live on in the hearts of football fans worldwide. Lastly, let's not forget Prince Charles and his Coronation Food Project, an initiative to reduce food waste. This 5-year project aims to distribute a staggering 200 million meals a year, a significant increase from the current 125 million. It's commendable to see both Conservative and Labour politicians backing this effort. Food waste is a pressing issue, and Prince Charles is stepping up to address it head-on. That's all for today's news, my fellow observers. Remember, the world is full of surprises, from royal tributes to football legends. Now, I'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you make of Queen Camilla's tribute, King Charles's state visit, Sir Bobby Charlton's legacy, or Prince Charles's food waste project? Share your ideas, and let's have a lively discussion. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.